So with an oblique triangle, when I've got my triangle, we'll just use the letters A, B, and C. So I've got triangle ABC here. Generally, we're going to use the capital letters to identify our vertices of the triangle. The sides of the triangle, we're going to use the small lowercase letters. So the side opposite of angle A is going to be side A. The side opposite of angle B is going to be side B. And the side opposite of angle C is going to be side C. Now, our law of sines says this. It says the ratio of side A over the sine of A is equal to side B over the sine of angle B, and is also equal to side C over the sine of angle C. Sometimes it can be written in the flip manner, so it could be the sine of A over A, sine of B over B, or sine of C over C. So those are the same thing, just sometimes it's written in that manner. Now, the information given to us in order for us to use the law of sines, let's just I'm going to give you 3 examples this morning. So we've got triangle ABC. We're telling you that side B is 5, side A is 8, angle A is 36 degrees. Now, in all of these problems, we're solving for all of the missing parts. So you can see here we're going to find side C, we want to find angle C, and we want to find angle B. The thing I want you to also kind of notice is the information they're given to us in this picture. How would you describe the information given to you? Well, they're giving us a side, they're giving us a side, and they're giving us an angle. So we would call that side-side angle. So when we have side-side angle, you're going to be able to use the law of sines. Again, good to use the 2 pieces of information. So let's use the angle A and side A. So we can say the sine of 36 degrees. I'm going to use the second formula here, over 8 is equal to the sine of angle B over 5. And from here, it just becomes a cross multiplication. So I'm doing the sine of the sine of 36 times 5 equals the sine of B times 8. So when you're really kind of simplifying that, you can kind of think of it as the sine of B is equal to the sine of 36 times 5 all over 8. Let's go ahead and go through that on your calculator. Sine of 36 times 5 divided by 8 Again, I'm getting 0.3673. And then we're going to do the inverse sine of that answer. Okay, now when we get our side values, again, at decimal form, it's 21.5532. We're going to change that into degrees, minutes, and seconds. Somebody tell us what we get when we put that in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Should get 21 degrees and 33 minutes. Now, once we have the 21 degrees, 33 minutes, that's angle B. Now it becomes pretty easy to find angle C. How are we going to find angle C? Yeah.
180 minus the sum of the two angles we already have.
Yeah, so we can add together the 36 and the 21 degrees, 33 minutes. So we're at what? 57 degrees, 33 minutes. We're going to take and subtract that from 180 degrees. That's going to be the measure of angle C. So 180 minus the 57. That's degrees and 33 minutes. And we should get 122 degrees, 27 minutes. Now that we have that angle, we can now again do the law of sines again to find the length of side C. So we could do again the sine of 36 over 8 equals the sine of 122 degrees, 27 minutes over C. And we're going through that same similar process to what we just did with our calculators. So it's going to be sine of 122, 27 times 8 divided by the sine of 36. And put that into our calculators. We'll divide that by the sine of 36. And to the nearest hundredth, we'd say it's 11.49 if you round to the nearest hundredth. And for example 2, see if you can go about finding the values. We've got, again, triangle ABC. A is 73 degrees. C is 50 degrees. And A. We're going to say that side C is 10. So go ahead right now and see if, notice on this one we're given angle side. This is another instance where we can use law of sines. See if you can find angle B, side A, and side B. Okay, so again, angle B is 57. All you got to do is take 73 plus 50, and we're going to subtract that from 180. So that's how we're getting this angle. Now to find A, somebody tell us what you got for the length of A.
12.48.
12.48. Everybody agree with that? And then how about side B? Go ahead.
10.95.
10.95 for B. Anybody need to see the work for that? Is everybody good with that? Okay, the last thing that I want to show you today with this is occasionally when we get side angle, there are three scenarios that can occur. And again, we're only talking about two of them today. We'll talk about the third scenario tomorrow. We call it there's an ambiguous case, and then there's a case where it's not possible. So let's kind of talk about the not possible situation here for just a second. So when we go through this thought process here, and let's say we're going to try and find angle B, we set this up. We're going to do the sine of 132 over 33 equals the sine of B over 50. Well, when we type this into our calculator, again, we go ahead and we do our sine of 132 times 50, and then we divide that by 33. So we've got the sine of B is equal to 1.1259. And again, obviously, we're going to try and do the inverse sine of that 1.1259. So I'm going to hit the second. We're going to do the answer. And when we do that, it gives me a domain error. Anybody want to take a guess what that indicates to us about this triangle? Yeah, it tells us that this triangle does not exist. Which means it's not possible for that to occur. You know, you think about, here's kind of the thought process you might think about, and we talked about this in geometry class, is if within my angles, how do I know which side is the longest side in a triangle? You know, in a right triangle, the hypotenuse is always the longest. Think about what the angle that's across from it. Everybody agree it's the 90-degree angle? So the biggest angle is always going to, or the side opposite the biggest angle is always going to be the longest side. So you can kind of see in the one we just did, you know, 33 is across from 132. And if this side is 50, then this angle here has to be bigger than 132. And we know that it's not possible for all three of the angles to be bigger than 180.